Right now, let me see, I got power. I'm gonna take this right here and hook it up to the bottom rail. And what I like about it is I got all those little screws sticking out. This right here you see is my negative. So I touch it and I got, should have a little spark or do or something. I got some spark, so I don't know where I'm at, but I can tell you that crazy how strong the PMHs, all these magnets are. That thing don't even want to come off over here. Pretty snappy. It's going to be a killer motor. If anything, we'll be able to do different experiments with it, and obviously set it up like a traditional motor with these on the inside and with the PMHs on the outside. With the PMHs, we're going to experiment also is if I want to start off saying put 2 volts on the wheel, okay, so which ain't a lot of power, but I want to put so many volts on the outside that'll pull the wheel. So the PMH is the predominant energy hog and the wheel isn't. But then I want to check my meters and look at the current, the voltage, and how much usage out of a battery that I'm using, for starters. Secondly, I want to rotate that and then put more amperage power into, more volts into the PMH, or no, into the wheel, and then have them both running and say at a balance, and then alter one side or the other and see what the outcome is on both. That's some cool stuff too that I'm really excited about trying, because I'm learning more now about a motor. This ain't just like a regular damn motor. This is going to be strong, and not to mention I can always I don't know yet what's more important, the magnetic strength that I'm creating, because that seems to be what I was focusing on, but I believe that there's a blend, a combination of things that I should be focusing on with this wheel. If you take, let me see if I can do my little stupid elementary drawing. But if you take, okay, if you take the symbol we have for like our batteries for positive and negative, if you take the symbol and you see that's negative and this is positive. Now, if you look beyond that, negative is the energy that's traveling through the center of the wire, where positive is running 90 degrees, 90, not percent, degrees. My bad. 90 degrees. Perpendicular. So this way here is where the negative runs in the wire, and this here is where the positive runs. So when you looked at, say, like the Schwartz sticker, that's how the energy runs through the wire. So basically, if you look at the wire like this way is a circle, here you have the energy running through the wire. This is your positive that's running, okay? So when you look at the wire now, the negative's running through the center through, and the positive is chasing the negative. So here you'll have the positive is in layers. It's like creating a disc. And the dynamic part of this is when you apply current, the lines are no more vertical. They start turning on an angle. Okay? So now, if you look at this, you got like an access point that is created, and these lines start running on an angle, and then that's how it runs through the wire. Pretty interesting stuff. I mean, geez, man, it's positive and negative running through a wire. The fascinating thing to me is to create a pole by using a coil of wire. You have to put dead short a DC motor or DC battery into the coil based on the which way you wound it and which pole you apply to the start or the end of the wire. You're going to create a pole on the very end of the iron core, where the back end of the iron core will have the opposite pole. So the fascinating thing to me is that the start of this is the south. The start of this wire is connected to the positive down bottom, okay? And then it winds, and then it comes over to this one, still connected, and then it winds back this opposite way, okay? And then it gets to this one and it winds the opposite way. Then this one the opposite way. And the other one the opposite way. And then it, at the very end, it connects to the negative rail up here. So I still dead shorten all 6 of these together, but because of the angle of the wire, it is changing the poles on each individual set of magnets here. Think about that, guys. It's the same energy running this way, positive, chasing the negative, okay? So it's doing like this, it's going this way, it's going this way. It's the same energy going through the wire, but only because the wire turns back and creates a different circle. There where it changes the dynamic of what pole is coming out which way. And what fascinates me with that is that you have a circle, and when you are running the wire, say from the bottom here up, and you're turning this way, what has happened is that energy is running so fast up here that it, if you think about like a wheel, it'll want to throw energy off this way. So that energy is getting thrown off that way. Now on the other magnet over here, we started it from this side and we turned this way and went. So now it's throwing its energy this way and throwing it out that way. So here you can see the difference in the position of the force of the energy there. It's the same energy running through the wire. It's just the fact that the negative is running through the center of the wire and the positive is what's getting thrown outward, because it's the one that's turning the 90-degree out. Leave some comments. Anyway, I won't bore you with this right now. I'll get in here and I'll start tying some wires together, but you got a good idea of where we're going with this and what tests we're going to do. You guys got any, when I get it running, one, we'll have it turning, and we'll be checking to see how much energy from my battery bank it's going to take to run the wheel, okay, and how long without burning things up or getting hot. We'll just make adjustments from there. We'll have some tuning to do. We're going to run it off in the beginning, a reed switch. So when the magnet comes up to the reed switch, it'll signal the PMH to hit and go on and off. We'll obviously be looking to create some type of relay or relays. We're looking to have one side of the running PMHs to be if this was a south, this would be a north approaching it. So the south would be pulling the north. Then when the capacitor is empty, reverses its poles, at that point it allows the other magnets to go by it. And while the other capacitor bank on the other PMH will be firing on its own, and it'll be hitting different set of magnets. So pretty complex. This ain't easy peasy stuff. But you guys take care, man. Thanks for following.